It's Chris Parada's birthday! Happy birthday, my brother, Chris Parada. I love you. We'll talk about him just a little bit at the end. Okay, he's getting the best spiel out here because we've been brothers our entire life. Happy birthday, Ruth Hardy, as well. We didn't forget about you. Happy birthday. But I want to talk about some simple minerals, things we can supplement with medication for type 2 diabetes mellitus. We always say we'd prefer to use the natural remedies. Ray, what's going on? And flip the switch. How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Love you, Ray. We always say natural remedies first, more conservative treatment, and then if you have to, you move to medication. But with type 2 diabetes mellitus, the gold standard typically is, aside from lifestyle changes, things like medications like metformin or, of course, insulin, right? So what can we take alongside those to maybe help improve glycemic control? Well, a new study came out. It was a meta-analysis of over 100 different studies on exam, and I actually didn't put the link. If you're curious to check it out, just send me a message. But to save you the time, chromium is one. CoQ10 is another one. CoQ10 also great for relieving symptoms of fibromyalgia, at least according to a handful of human clinical trials. Omega-3s, vitamin E, and vitamin C are the top 5 supplements that we could take with type 2 diabetes mellitus medications that have been shown, at least in this meta-analysis, to improve glycemic control. So maybe something to keep in mind. Talk to your doctor about if you have type 2 diabetes mellitus. Okay? We're going to talk about Ruth first, because Chris is going to get all the time. Happy birthday, Ruth. You know what? I don't know that your last name is still Hardy. I'm thinking that I just put that there. Sorry for that. But Ruth, I'm thinking of you today, and that's the important part. And that you had a great day is even more important. You deserve to. You were, from what I knew, you were a great mother to your kids. I hung out with both of them all the time, and I don't even want to talk about why I'm obviously getting a little upset, sitting here talking about it. But on a brighter note, me and Danny, we would hang out, and he'd ride his mongoose, I would ride my green dyno bike around, and we'd be getting into shenanigans, having a great time all the time. Remember, we made some snowballs in an igloo once, made some ice balls. Your son was always a lot of fun, and you're a really great person. I hope you had a great day today. I remember you cutting my hair in your basement back in the day, right? Man, it just brings back memories. Think of how long it's been since you thought of something like that. It's funny how you can just pull it out of the file cabinet of memories. And I'm so happy that I just did. It just brought back that sense of joy that I had as a kid, seeing you and hanging out with you and your family. So happy birthday, Ruth. I hope you had a great day today. All right. My brother. What's up, man? I'm so glad I got to talk to you today, just to hear your voice. It made me so happy. It really did. I actually just got the chills saying that. And if you're wondering why, it's because Chris has been, I can't say my best friend for my entire life, because he's been my brother for my entire life. He's passed the qualification of friend, and surpassed that a long time ago. And it'll be that way till the end of time, and I'm looking forward to living in that same giant house where we talked about this morning, and I'm sure Avina's fine with that. We have the big Nintendo game room, a Shane and Chris room. Avina can have a room of things that she likes, but we'll have that room. And see, Avina, I didn't forget about you. You don't think I did? You're probably sitting right next to him. But we're gonna have a dead end, naturally. Why? It's a good question, Avina. We're going to play street hockey daily, okay? We'll probably just go outside, in a couple hours before the sun sets. We don't even need cell phones to tell each other. Well, one will be in the same house, so, we'll just talk about it. But even if we didn't, it just reminds me of us just showing up throughout my entire childhood, playing any sport, but I think of street hockey. And it's funny because that wasn't our primary sport. Our primary sport obviously was soccer. We always played together, and you know, whether it was water soccer, remember the crosses from Steven's lawn, you know, crossing it until I'd get the bicycle kick, me crossing it until you get the scissor kick or the header or whatever the hell it was. And, you know, those are just such priceless memories. They really are. And I'm so thankful for them. I'm so thankful to have you in my life. You know, I'm so thankful for the fact, genuinely, that, you know, growing up, you know, we had all that time together, and we went to different high schools, right? And there was a little time period where I didn't get to see you all that much. And, you know, regret's a waste of time. Obviously, I wish that I had seen you more in that time, and I still did. You know, and we would go out and we would have fun. We would go to White Castle, and, you know, so I guess I did see a decent amount. Actually, high school I saw you a lot. More college, early college, you know, when you were at Iona and I was at Stony Brook. But we would go to White Castle, and we'd order like a Crave case or Crave crate, whatever it is. I wouldn't know because I never actually ordered it for real or ate any of it. But we would put a penny in the cup and watch it go up the thing and go over and come down, and we'd be like, you know, watch this lady's face. She's like, and, you know, here's the thing, lady. They're not even your burgers. Do you own this White Castle? Do you really care that much? What effort did it take to make them? Maybe you had to just throw them in some like microwave, because I doubt that they cook all that stuff fresh. And if they do, I'm sorry. You know, you'll never see this, but if you somehow did know that, even though you have no idea who I am, we would do that. We would go into a parking lot, and Chris would bump Soldier Boy. I would get out and I would just do the Soldier Boy. You know, I was good at that back. You know, a lot of training my Sweet 16 days. You already know. We've been doing the Soldier Boy every time. And, you know, I would be doing that. We didn't care what people thought of us. We didn't need a lot to entertain us. You're so pure of heart. You were raised so well. Ma, I love you. And Dad probably doesn't have Instagram, but love you too, Shelly, obviously. But Avina, you too, there you go. But I told you I didn't forget about you, you know, this whole time. We never needed anything. And when I think of health in general, now I'm a chiropractor and everything I do, one of the keys to health and happiness is never needing anything. It's never needing anything. You do things because you want to. And Chris has never needed anything. He's always just done, you've always just done what you enjoyed, what you wanted to in your life, and never in a selfish sense, because guess what? When you're that type of person, when you're the quality of person that you are, you don't have to try. You don't have to think about it, right? You can do what you want, and it's still a good thing, because what you want is only good things. You've never been tarnished by society as so many people have growing up. You never let that get a hold of you, and I respect you so much for that. I really do. And just being you all the time, you know. And it's not to say that you know, you being you would mean you're getting ridiculed by the people you were yourself anyway, because you weren't. You know, everybody loves you, you know. But you still always stayed true. And when I talk to you today, when I, you know, in this day and age, you know, whatever, anytime and today, actually, when I spoke to you, it's like we've hung out every day since we were 8, you know. It doesn't make a difference. We cannot talk for 5 years, me and Chris, and, you know, we have a normal conversation like we just saw each other yesterday, pick up right where we left off. And I don't even want to say left off, because we really never left off anywhere, right? Our journey is just continuing as we grew together as children. We're going to grow together as adults, and we have. And as time goes on, both of us are always going to help each other get better and better and better, and improve each other's lives, you know. And that comes from being a good influence, right? And again, it comes from you coming from a great family. So much to attribute to that, right? But you know, it's just an innate excitement for life too. You've always been excited you never had fear, you know, and that's something that holds people back a lot. You know, they're afraid to go for this. They're afraid to try out for this team. They might not make it. Never arrogant, but always confident is Chris Parada, because he knows he's going to do a good job in whatever it is. You know that. You always knew that, and you deserve to know that, because you're an exceptional person, you know. And if you didn't know, Chris holds the record at Lehigh for the most goals in a season. I think it was like 36 or it might even have been 38, maybe even more than that. I don't know. Maybe you told me that after like the 5th game, you know. And that's just the number I have left in my head, but I'm not surprised. I got to go there and see you play, and it was a joke. It was like, you know, this guy's just in a different league than everybody else. Chris is a phenomenal athlete. We talk about what a great person you are, but what an amazing athlete you are too. I mean, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to say at your wedding because I've said everything. I haven't said everything, but I'll have to just rely on my memory to pop in some things like, it is better, much better, and it is pleasure, much pleasure. Like that just came into my head. That's how it's going to have to be. But, you know, what do you think of when I just did that? I'll let you kind of think for a second. You know what I think of? I think of us sitting behind a bush playing Mannheim and just like laughing and talking about that. But I also, of course, you might be thinking, oh, well, I would have thought of that. But I was thinking about like when we would leave at night and then I'd be walking down the street and you'd be like, it is better. And I'd be like, much better. And you'd be so great. Such simple things. We were good kids. We just had fun doing simple, pure-hearted activities. You know, and I can't say I'm as pure of heart as you. You know, I aspire to be like that, to be honest, you know, and I do my best every day. But you really something else, Chris. You're an amazing human being. And, you know, I could say this is forever your day in the book of One Wellness. It's every day I think of you. So I can't just designate one to you because you're on my mind all the time. Whether I talk to you or not, you're in my heart. You're on my mind, and I really love you. So I could talk about you for 4 hours, 400 hours, forever. But you know, I gotta go get some dinner because I'm really hungry. You know, there's actually a new barbecue place up the street. It's all you can eat. They don't know what's coming. They have no idea that they're about to close in a couple days because what's going to happen to them today, they won't be able to afford any of the overhead, employees, or anything else, the food itself. So I'm going to, I don't even know the name of it. We got to go there together. It'll probably be fun. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Come on, you want to hang out or you chilling? There you go. Jamal's got to say happy birthday to you too. It's only fitting. Say happy birthday to Chris.
Oh, Chris, happy birthday, Chris. I hope you had the best day today. I love you.
Uncle Chris, there you go. You have an amazing rest of your night, brother. I love you so much. And the rest of you have a great rest of your night as well. That's all we got for you today. Happy When Wellness. We will definitely see you tomorrow. I'm just filled with joy thinking about what a great day today is. So, yeah. I'm so glad again that I got to talk to you today. Really, really made my day. And it's your birthday, so that's funny. It's supposed to make your day, but it made my day. So we'll see you tomorrow. Forever your day in the book of When Wellness. My brother, you know that. Have a good night. Thanks.